Welcome to episode 15 of Inspirations. That's my weekly podcast about knitting and yarn dyeing. So I'm Christelle. I live in France and I am an indie dyer. You can find my yarns in my Etsy shop, Tricot et Stitch. So if you're new to the podcast, welcome. So just a few words to let you know that the Etsy shop is updated once a week on Monday afternoons at around 5 p.m. Then there's a new podcast episode here every Monday afternoon at 5 p.m. and there's a newsletter sent out every Monday afternoon at the same time. So that's how we keep in touch. You are more than welcome to subscribe to the newsletter. It's the link is in the show notes. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for joining me for another episode. I wanted to apologize because last podcast 2 weeks ago, I didn't put the notes, and maybe for some of you it was confusing because I'm always referring to the notes in the description box below, and last week there was no notes. So if that is the case, usually it's when I'm really cut with time and I don't have enough time to complete the notes of the podcast. In that case, don't hesitate to refer to a previous episode where you have all the, some notes never change, like the newsletter subscription link, the link to the shop, and so on and so forth. So don't hesitate to refer to a previous episode if for whatever reason there was no notes for this episode. I know now that if I don't do it immediately, it won't be done. So sorry about that, guys. Hopefully this episode will have notes. So today I wanted to talk to you about several topics. The first one is one I know that you've been waiting for. It's the Advent calendar. So for 2022, I'm going to give you all the details. And then I was in Brussels last week, so I wanted to debrief you about that and show you what I splurged on, because I splurged like a lot. And last topic, I wanted to share with you my projects. I have 2 finished subjects, 1 half finished objects, and new projects to show you, and progress on the work in progress. So lots of things to share. And then I will just very quickly touch on the books subject, because yeah, I've finished some books. The Advent calendar. So I think that's the topic for which I get the most questions. I've been receiving a lot of questions on this, and it's so cool. Thank you so much for your enthusiasm. So I'm happy to report that the 2022 Advent calendar is going to go on sale for my newsletter subscribers first next Monday. So that's May the 16th. May the 16th. So this is how it's going to work. I'm going to send out the newsletter, in which you will get a link to a Google form where I will give you all the relevant information, and for which I will need you to fill up the form with all your details. So why is that? It's because last year I spent quite a lot of time just manually entering your information in an Excel spreadsheet, just to be able to track every order and make sure that I had all the information, and that I was able to apply some filters on the information. For example, which were the person who chose Formula 1, which were the persons who chose Formula 2, which were the persons who wished to receive their calendar at home versus in a Mondial Relay collect point. That kind of things. I had to type everything, like it's 100 entries. That was time consuming, and I thought, how could I make that better? So Google form, okay. I'm going to need you to fill in every enter. every field actually. You will see there will be some red little stars next to the information you have to fill. So I will be collecting your information. I will be giving you a lot of information about the calendar, the theme for the year, the contents, the formulas, the shipping options. And then once you have filled out the form and validate the form, you will receive an email with a link that will take you to the private sale of the advent calendar. That is, it's a page on my website, so beware, it will not be on Etsy. It's going to be on my Tricot & Stitch website, which has the potential to host a shop, which I'm maybe going to explore soon. Anyway, it's going to be on tricotstitch.com. Don't look for the page, it's hidden, and it's only for the newsletter subscribers first. It means that, because I've been repeating that a lot, but newsletter subscribers are very dear to my heart, very precious to me, and I really want you to be able, because I know there's going to be, from what I can see from my past advent calendar and all the feedback I get, this is going to be something a lot of people are going to want to purchase. So I just want to make sure that my newsletter subscribers can come first and have access first to the calendar. If there are remaining quantities of the calendar, I will put them for sale, a regular sale, in my Tricot & Stitch shop afterwards, I think on May 30th. So as a newsletter subscriber, you will have 15 whole days to place your order on my website for your 2022 advent calendar. So I'm doing things a bit backwards, but it's okay because you will have all the information in the end, okay? So you will have a choice between two formulas. The first formula is 149 euros, and you get 24 minis in exclusive colorway to the calendar. You get a mystical pattern, so it's a pattern that you will receive clues for between December 1st and December 24th, and each clue will use one of the minis of the calendar. So for example, when you open your envelope on December 1st, you will have received the corresponding clue. You will be able to cast on and knit the mini in the clue for this for the day, and again the next day. You don't have to keep up, because I mean it's a lot of knitting in a short period of time and usually very busy. You don't have to keep up, but some did, and it's I've been told it's a lot of fun. And there are also some knitting related goodies. Last year there was pins, there was a set of markers plus one repositionable marker. So this is the kind of goodies that you can expect. So that's Formula 1. And Formula 2 is exactly the same, but with an additional full skein of yarn, 100 grams. And the base of the calendar is my Merino's fingering 2-ply. So it's 75% Merino and 25% nylon. It's 85 meters for 20 grams. And there will also be a second base, which is Stellina fingering, which is 75% Merino superwash, 20% nylon and 5% Stellina. So I don't tell you the quantities, that will be a surprise, but no, there will be two bases. The full skein will be the regular Merino base. Yeah, I think that's it. So when you arrive on the page of the calendar purchase, you will see there will be only two listings. There will be one listing for the full advent calendars, well, the Formula 1 at 149 euros. And you will have an additional listing for 20 euros, which corresponds to the full skein, to form Formula 2. So if you wish to buy the first formula without the full skein, you just buy the first listing. And if you wish to add the full skein, you just have to buy the two. One thing that is pretty cool about my shop on Tricot Stitch is that it's much more flexible in terms of shipping information. So the shop will automatically detect from which country you're buying, and you will be seeing the different options for shipping. So for example, if you are shopping from Spain, you will have the option for free delivery with Mondial Relais collect point, or at-home delivery, and you will have the corresponding shipping fee. Same if you're ordering from Canada or I don't know, the Netherlands. So I have free shipping options for I think 6 countries. It's France obviously, but also Belgium, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Portugal, and Spain. So those countries are eligible for free delivery in the Mondial Relais collect point. Then you have the countries closer to France, which the shipping fees is not too expensive. It's like around 10 or 12 euros. That's Germany, Austria, some other European countries, I think. UK must be in the same amounts, and Switzerland. And then you have the rest of the world, which is much more expensive, but yeah. I cannot do, I'm very sorry, I cannot do anything about that, guys. It's because it's quite heavy, it's over 1 kilo, so I cannot, you know, cheat and have it sent as a letter like I do for the Gnomes kit, for example, which is totally okay. But yeah, it's quite expensive to ship such a big package to some destination, and I'm actually not charging upfront what it costs me. I've applied a discount actually, so I'm charging you less than what it's going to cost me, but I cannot offer free delivery. I'm sorry about that for everyone everywhere. But I'm doing my best to keep the shipping fees to the lowest point possible, just so you know. Okay, and so the theme. So I think I'm flashing this book at every opportunity now, but you know, this book made a really big impression on me because I mean, my last Christmas was just the spit image of my last year, 2021, which was a year of big acceleration in business development for Tricot Stitch. I went through growth last year, which was awesome, but I really had to adapt also my working rhythm to it, and sometimes I really had the impression that I was living day to day without any intent, without really appreciating what I was doing. Although living the life I'm living now would have been like in 3 years back, like a dream, would have not have seemed possible to me. So my wish for this year was to, you know, be maybe slow down a bit, find my pace, so that it's more sustainable and not, you know, just fire burning once and then it's done, but more like something I'm able to keep up on a day-to-day basis, and most importantly enjoy what I'm doing, and not having this feeling to be overworked all the time. It's really it was a struggle last year, and the end of the year was particularly difficult because between the advent calendar, the shop, the fiber festivals starting again, and the end of the year festivities. December, I had this feeling of December being particularly busy, being particularly hectic, and when I think back about it, I didn't enjoy it at all. It was not a good time. I managed to, you know, meet every goal, every objectives. I was there. I showed up. I did the work, but I think it was a bit much. And that's why this book talked so much to me at that time. I bought it once Christmas was done and really started to use it and read it between Christmas and New Year's Eve, which is like, you know, this little bubble of calm between two festivities. And I really enjoyed the idea of, you know, getting back to the basics, getting back to what's essential, to what makes Christmas in my you know, in my head, and to what I wished for this Christmas, this coming Christmas. I wished it to be very different. I wanted to be much simpler. I wanted it to be calmer. I want it to be joyful. I want to appreciate this time of year because it's usually a time of year that I love, and I just want to be in the right you know, frame of mind to be able to enjoy it, even if I have a lot of work, which is super cool. But I really want to be able to enjoy it and build memories with my children and all. So that was a long way of explaining you how I came to this theme. This is actually what I wish for myself and for you for this Christmas time. Calm and joy. That's all there is to it. And as you see, as far as the color palette is concerned, I went astray from irregular Christmas colors because to me this is such a huge project, almost like 5 skein project. You will dedicate some time, you will dedicate some money to it, so I don't think it should just be a Christmas, you know, like the equivalent of a Christmas sweater or something like this. So I really want to work with colors that you're going to be able to enjoy all year long, but that are strongly evocative of the end of year, not only Christmas, but you know, the Yule period is also, and winter solstice, and just not only Christmas, but there is so much more going on at this time of year than just Christmas. So there is a little bit of Christmas in there, but clearly not that up your face, shoved in your face Christmas like we experience when we are, you know, shopping, or like Christmas music everywhere. Not that I don't like it, I love it, but even me gets a bit too much at some time. Yeah, and really about, you know, that winter light, the quality of the light in winter, which is very soft and warm. Not warm, no, it's not warm. Well, it depends on the day, but it's much more colder than in summer. But yeah, you see what I mean, the beautiful quality of the light coming through the window. Enjoy a hot beverage before starting your day, or having a break, or just taking the time to take in the scenery and admire nature and be in the moment. That's it, be in the moment and just enjoy what you're doing. I'm trying to do that every day now, before just not, you know, charging into the day like mad woman, just intent on you know, checking every box on what I have to do today, because I mean, that's my life. Day after day, that's my life that I'm building. And I've realized lately that I don't want my life to be this endless series of days that I don't see passing by. I'm working. At the end of the day, I'm completely exhausted, and I don't have time for my children, for example, because I'm too tired. So I'm really trying to think about, instead of what's on my to-do list today, I'm trying to think about how do I want this day to to go on? How do I want this day to look? How do I want to feel at the end of the day? And how do I envision this day? What would I like to achieve today? And it's like wishes for the day. And once you start thinking about your day like this, like I'd like my day to be productive, obviously, but I'd also like my day to be joyful and to enjoy myself. So what can I do to do that? For example, I think I already talked to you about that, but in the mornings I have the sun shining down on my studio, and I'm usually rinsing my yarn outside, and which is quite a bum in the winter because it's very cold. But I mean, in spring and summer, it's very nice because I can be in the sunshine in the morning. It's not too hot. It's very enjoyable. And for example, one way to organize my day would be to, decide to rinse out the yarn and bathe in the sun at the same time, and have that out of the picture. And it's one way to approach things with more intent, I think, more than just, taking on your to-do list and just checking everything without really thinking about how you're feeling about this and how. Because I'm usually also working weekends. It's a weekend today, and I have a dyeing session coming up. My sister's coming with my little nieces and nephews today, so we're going to have some family time. But usually I'm working a lot on weekends also, because it's a time for me to catch up if I didn't manage to do everything during the week. So it's not ideal, but that's it. It's like this. So as I love what I do, it's okay because I don't feel like I'm working, but still I'm working. So I really need to, approach things differently and really enjoy, take a step back and enjoy. Wow, that was a long rambling just to introduce the theme of this advent calendar. It goes much beyond just pretty colors. It's really the experience I wish you to have during this Christmas period and this winter period. Really, I want it to be your little bubble of calm and joy. I want it to be your grounding crafting session so that you can reflect and just appreciate the moment you're in, what you're doing, petting some pretty yarn, pretty colors, a lovely stitch pattern, and really enjoy and take a step back and enjoy the moment. That's really what's behind this. So I hope you enjoyed the concept. I hope that resonates with you. I'm sorry if that was a bit long and a bit personal, but I really wanted to let you know how I came about this, having this idea. And this advent calendar is really much more than, to me, it's way much more than just having a cool experience at Christmas. It's really my wishes for my way of life. And as I'm working, I'm already working on the advent calendar, and I'm going to be, designing the pattern. I'm actually halfway through the creation of the colorways for the advent. But my intent for this project is to work on it with the same intentions that I've just explained, for you to enjoy and experience during the once everything is done and you have a calendar. So my intention is to just apply this to the production and creation of the pattern. So for me, it's already ongoing. And that's how I wish to go forward. It means slowing down a bit, which is not very easy when you are self-employed, because you wish you could do more and do more and do more, but we have our limits. We cannot do that indefinitely. Okay, that's it. So I think I'm going to stop, but if you've been watching me for a while, you know that the organization of work and personal life is very important to me. I'm always looking on how to best manage things, because I don't want to make any compromise between my family and my work. You're always forced to choose. Either you're working hard or you're taking care of your family, and I just refused that. I don't want that. I want to be able to work hard and to care for my family. I don't know why you should have to choose. I refuse that. Okay, enough said. Last weekend, so you're going to see this on Monday the 9th. Today is for me Saturday the 7th. Last weekend I was in Brussels. It was my first time in Brussels, not my first time in Belgium, but I went there once for my previous work. But it was my first time for this work. It was thrilling. I mean, on so many levels, it was absolutely thrilling. On a personal note, it was absolutely incredible just to be walking the streets in Brussels, commuting, okay, to go to work in this beautiful yarn store, and realizing that I had done that by myself, by my hard work. And I mean, it was incredible, guys. It was incredible. I have these images of me walking the streets of Brussels, commuting to, taking the metro and commuting to there, just enjoying taking all the little architectural details, okay, beautiful houses, and enjoying the differences, because it's a country that's very close to France but very different at the same time. The language where I was is French, but there's a lot of Flemish, I think, as well. And you don't feel like you're in France. Definitely you see that it's a different country. So it was so thrilling. I mean, it was like, oh, how awesome is that? And then the shop. So the owners, Kelly and Gael, are absolutely adorable and super interesting people. I had a blast talking with them. We had a lovely time. It was crazy good. And the shop is like heaven and earth for knitters and crocheters. I mean, oh my god. You can see the pictures on my Instagram account. I put them in a permanent story, Sip and Knit Brussels. Oh, the shop is a dream. I mean, it's actually fortunate that I don't live nearby, because I would be there all the time and I would spend so much money. It's incredibly well curated. It's like a collection of super high quality things for knitters. Everything is thought through to the tiniest details. It's beautifully furnished and decorated. Everything is made so that you can feel comfortable. You can just come by just to have a very good coffee or very good tea, and they make you feel welcome, and everything is very good. They have very good pastries as well, peanut butter cookies, and I mean, this is a very friendly place and very welcoming, very open. I cannot say enough good about it. I mean, Kelly and Gael, as soon as you want me back, I'll be back, okay? I loved it there so much. So Kelly told me that, for example, when she selects something, she's very sensitive to project bags, knitting accessories, and she's always looking for new things, but very high quality. And if it's in the shop, it's because it passed a very, very detailed and I'm searching for a word, like in France, in French it would be exigeant. I don't know. I mean, she has very high standards, okay? She has very high standards, and everything has to pass her screening test, and Gael's as well. So, I mean, it's like a treasure chest for knitter, and that's why I splurged big time. So I'm going to show you my my purchases. So the first thing I bought, and I knew when I came in the shop, I mean, Kelly showed it to me, but I mean, just looking at it, I was like, I have to have it. I mean, I didn't have any knitting bag that is actually a handbag. No, that's not true. I had one for once. It was vegan leather, and it did not fare well. It got very pretty damaged very quick. But this is not. This is real leather and a very qualitative oiled canvas, and it's very it's made with knitters and crocheters in mind. So you have, it's very roomy, you have pockets, you have this to thread your, very well made, you have this to thread your working yarn, you have this to cut your working yarn, and it comes with a lot of pockets and even a little notebook and some stitch markers. Oh, and a darning needle. I forgot about the darning needle. And you have this safety pin with little stitch markers. The brand is Delacue, and it's great. And Kelly and Gail have two different bags. They have this one, and they have the little backpack. And I think Kelly is going to have some tote bags soon. I might just buy a tote bag as well, because that's my favorite form of bag. But I really like the color. I like all the beautiful finishing touches, you see, and it's made sustainably in China, but I think it's not like, you know, big production China. It's like made by small families or something. Well, it's sustainably made. That's an important thing. So huge crush on this. Then if you've watched the previous episodes, you know that I need this instead of killing socks with while trying to peel off some yeah, the peeling. I bought a cleaner, okay, much more safe for socks. So this was really something I needed to get. I bought a huge pom-pom, and they have like 30 different colors in this size, and it's beautiful. I bought a kit of crochet because I'm crocheting more and more, and I wanted something to, I had your regular metal crochet, and I wanted to have something much more comfortable, so I bought this kit from Tulip. It's Etimo Red, so this is the little box, and this is the kit, and it's really beautifully made. It's lovely with the polka dots, and yeah, I like it very much. So yes, okay. Then I bought this little bracelet because I had already one with leather, but I like the fact that it shines and changes colors. And then I bought yarn because why not? I was at the good place. So this is a new dyer to me. So that's Felici Punto. It's beautiful. The dyer in Spain is actually a painter, and it shows on the way she works with colors. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. What's incredible is that each and every skein is very close to one another, so I don't even think I would have to, you know, alternate skeins for working a big project. And this is, I intend to knit a summer sorrel for this, and the base is incredible as well. It's 50% alpaca, 25% silk, and 25% linen, so that's perfect for summer. And yeah, summer sorrel. We'll see. And then I bought this yarn because Arcoiris is actually a good friend of mine, Ludivine, and it's been ages that she's been asking me to choose some colorways in her palette. And I mean, I love like 80–95% of what she dyes. Like I could buy her whole colors. I love everything that she does, and she was, you know, when we see each other on festivals, she was pressing me like, choose a color, just pick one, And I was like, I don't know, I can't pick one. It's just too difficult. And then when I arrived at Sip and Knit, I saw this one, and it spoke to me. It told me, take me home, Christelle. You will regret it. Take me home. So I sent a picture to Ludivine, and I told her, okay, chose. Okay, it's this one. I love it. So the colorway is Cheshire. like the cat in Alice, and I'm probably not pronouncing this correctly. And the base is Dobby, so it's 85% merino superwash, 50% nylon. One of my favorite bases. And that's it. I splurged, didn't I? I totally splurged. Okay, so and as far as my pop-up shop went, because I was there not just for pleasure but for work, because I had a pop-up shop there on April 29th, 30th and May the 1st. It was awesome. We had apéro tricot on Saturday evening. Oh, was it Friday? It was Friday evening, sorry. We had a breakfast on Sunday morning, and so many Belgian clients came by. Some French also from the north of France made me the surprise to come and see me. It was awesome. Business-wise, it was great. Really, all in all, a wonderful experience. Wonderful. So, very happy about this. Then I wanted to show you my projects, guys, because I have several finished objects. So the first one I wanted to share with you is my Kala shawl. It's finished and it's beautiful, and I'm really loving the finished object. It's beautiful. The yarn is a dream. It's alpaca, silk and cashmere in DK, and it's a dream to knit and to wear. It's very soft. Blocking this shawl was a true labor of love. I'm going to put some pictures here because, you know, I'm kind of a geek of blocking, actually, because I like to block each and every picot with a pin. But I think the result is really worth the effort because it looks so lovely once it's done. I mean, the border is absolutely beautiful with it. I love it. So yeah, first finished object. I have not taken proper pictures yet. I need to put it on my mannequin and have some beautiful pictures taken or somebody taking pictures of me, but yeah. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I have a friend coming over on Tuesday. I will ask her to take pictures of me with this. Yeah, good idea. She does. It's Pauline. I'm thinking about Pauline, and she has the most. I'm going to link her Instagram account. I'm going to write this down. Pauline. She has the most beautifully. Most beautiful Instagram account. She takes gorgeous pictures of knitting. So. That's finished. The project that's replacing this is the Belladonna cardigan by Andy Satterlund. It's actually growing pretty fast. It's knitted out of sport. It seems to me a bit small, but anyway, I decided to trust her. This is still my first skein of yarn, and I've already started the decreases for the waist shaping. So yeah, I think it's going to fit into 2 skeins of sport yarn, so it's going to be a very affordable cardigan. Then news on the sock front. The socks for my sisters are done, and it's good they are because she's coming this evening for a weekend with us, and I wish to give them to her tonight. Currently they're wet. I don't know if you can tell, but they're completely wet because I forgot to block them, and because it has a lot of lace, you cannot, you know, forgo this step. So as soon as I'm finished filming, I'm going to put them outside for them to dry in the sunshine. So very happy about those. Just a note that I reinforced the under of the heel because that's where she had holes on the previous ones. Also, I finished the first side of my Cornish cream tea in the teacup colorway, so that's the April colorway of the Sock Knitter's Almanac. This is a lovely pattern and the fit is incredible. It's really a good fit. I'm happy about that because my previous ones, I told you, are too big, too long and too big. So I'm happy this one is working nice. Then I'm finishing. Well, still have half of the foot to knit. The Edwardian boating socks. That's the second side of April of the April colorway of the Sock Knitter's Almanac of last year. So that's my second sock, and I'm closing on yeah, I'm almost finished. Then I started, because I finished 2 socks, I started 2 other socks. So I started the socks for May. That's the Java socks by Kailin Meyer, and it's using my Fawns and Flowers colorway. That's the colorway of the Sock Knit Almanac for May. And I've not started the second side of the Cornish cream tea socks, because I really wanted to get started on the stitch surface socks. I dyed a while ago some 2 colors, you know, yarn for kits, and I was really itching to cast on for those, for a pair of those. I already knitted a pair in 2014. I really enjoyed it, and I just wanted to knit another. So that's the yeah, the 2 I just started a few days ago. Okay, and as soon as I'm finished with the Edwardine boating socks, I'm going to cast on for the second side of the Cornish cream tea. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, I started another project, totally uncalled for, but I couldn't resist. A friend of mine gave me the idea. She is using actually all leftovers from her Sock Knit Almanac colorways from the beginning, so that's January 2021, Nuit d'hiver, to knit the Habitation Throw by Ellen Stewart. And I thought that was such a good idea. I just could picture myself knitting this. So I decided to give it a go, and I cast on 2 days ago as well. I did a little cast on party. I cast on for the 2 new socks and that at the same time. And this is it. So that's January, that's February, and I'm going to go in the order of the Sock Knit Almanac. And who knows when I finished? Maybe it will never end. Well, it will end at one point, but I don't know when. And that's it for the projects. I'm very proud of myself actually, because I think even if I'm not working on each and every project each and every day, I'm, you know, I've managed to add a bit of knitting in my routine every day, and that's part of my, you know, my way of making sure that I enjoy my days, that I'm not just working day in and day out without, you know, making some time for this kind of things. So that's working pretty well. I'm making progress. That's very satisfying, very satisfying. And I'm going to close this episode, which is quite long compared to previous ones, by telling you that I've officially finished, I'm talking books, the Pendergast series by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. The last one was Bloodless. It was different from the others. I think I won't spoil anyone, but I found it different from the others. I don't know if it's going to be this way for the. If you don't want to be spoiled, maybe just, you know, jump ahead. This is the first one where it's completely assumed that there is a supernatural dimension to the thing. Usually it's always tied to, you know, at one point you always think it has to do with the supernatural, but it never does. It's always, or it seems, but it's not. And that's the first book in the series, and I think it's 22, no, I don't remember then. I think it's the 22nd book in the series, or 23rd. It's the first one that's actually throwing the towel and saying, okay, that's supernatural. No doubt about it. Okay, it's linked to science also, but yeah, so that's the first one. It was pretty good, but not my favorite. I think I really enjoyed the very first ones, like Relic and Cabinet of Curiosities. These ones remain my favorites. Then, because I couldn't cope with the series being finished, I decided to explore what Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child have written, either together in different series or alone. So I started, and I've almost finished, Full Wolf Moon by Lincoln Child, and it's pretty good. I think it's his first book alone. It's like a bit around lycanthropy. Yeah, it's not my favorite, but it's a good reading. I mean, I like when it's, you know, packed with action, like a good adventure and likable characters. It checks all the boxes, so that's okay for me. It's the kind of book that I like to listen to when I die, for example. I die young. Each time I say die, I assume people will understand die. I don't know if there's different pronunciation. Am I supposed to say die and die differently? Just let me know in the comments if I should be doing that. Maybe because it would cause less confusion sometime. And that's it. I completely forgot to tell you. No, I told you what's going to be in the shop today. I don't remember. I'm going to say it again. Okay, in the shop today you have the May colorway of the S4 Ep15. You have some restock and on Imable products and new products, the one I showed you before. You have some leftovers. It's very not nice to say that this way, but from Brussels, so a lot of yarn that I came back with Brussels. And yeah, very important, I forgot, agenda-wise, next Fiber Festival is going to be in Porto on June the 4th and June the 5th. So I'm very excited about that. It's a huge step out of my comfort zone as well, because I mean, Brussels was the first time abroad for Tricot Stitch, but it was pretty the same language and not very far from home, like a 3.5 hour drive. For Porto, I'm flying there. It's going to be my second time in Portugal. I don't speak the language. I will be shipping my yarn there. Yeah, a lot of firsts, and I won't lie, I'm a bit, you know, stressed out. And yeah, I mean, in terms of production, everything is already well organized and everything, but yeah, I mean, you say, you know that when you step out of your comfort zone is where you grow, and that's cool, but it's never easy. It's never easy. And just after that, on June the 11th and 12th, we'll be having another festival in Brittany, so Bretagne, Brittany, the south of Brittany, near Vannes. The city is called Tex, and it's just after Porto, the week after. So that's again making me step out of my comfort zone, because I've never, you know, done 2 fiber festival in a row. Even 2 French festival in a row, I've never done that. So yeah. That's another thing that is, you know, having me stressing out a bit. But I mean, it's going to be okay, and you know, one thing at a time, and everything is going to be fine. I'm fine, everything's cool, I'm good, everything's fine, okay? So, and that was it for today. I'll see you next Monday. Have a lovely week. Love you guys. Bye.